You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans. Sophia Choi may change her mind about the baby adoption because spoilers for the end of the week say she gets cold feet when it's time to set up the dirty deal she cooked up with her lawyer, Melinda. It's Melinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about what's ahead for Sophia, for Tate Black, for their baby, and others that are all affected by this plot. But first, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and now let's dive in. So if you're watching and you're current on episodes, poor Sophia gave birth all alone in her room a couple weeks ago, and then she freaked out because she didn't have adoptive parents lined up. And she was worried that Tate would change his mind on the adoption because he was kind of hesitant to sign the papers. And Sophia worries Tate may back out of the adoption if he gets to know their infant son. So she panicked, dropped the newborn at the safe haven box at the fire station, and since then, she has been sneaking around. Sophia is wearing that fake pregnancy belly that Melinda Trask got her. Thankfully, Sophia's lawyer also got her checked out after she gave birth. So she got good medical care. That's good. And she begged Melinda for help to make sure that nobody finds out what she did with her baby. And it was lucky timing for Sophia when she went into labor because her parents and her siblings were out at the movies. Tate is totally in the dark. He thinks his baby mama is still pregnant on the Peacock soap. And of course, Melinda Trask feels terrible for Sophia because she sees herself in her. If you don't remember, Melinda was a pregnant teen. She gave birth to her daughter, Haley Chen, in China. And Melinda's parents took her baby girl and raised her as the parents. And then Melinda wound up coming to the U.S. Haley grew up thinking that Melinda was her big sister. So she wants to help Sophia. And Melinda has cooked up a plan for them to go to Chicago and pretend that she gives birth there, and the adoptive parents are going to take the baby straight from the hospital. That's the whole fake story. She told Sophia she can cobble together some fake adoption papers that will convince Amy Choi, will convince Tate, hopefully anybody else. However, Days of Our Lives spoilers for this week say that Sophia gets cold feet about something. So she may tell Melinda she doesn't want to go to Chicago and do all this fakery. Maybe she's just scared she's going to get caught. But the problem is Sophia would then have to tell her mother, Amy, and tell Tate and everybody else that she lied and gave birth weeks ago. So she's in that rock and a hard place situation. And I cannot even imagine Amy Choi's reaction if she finds out her daughter left her grandchild in a fire station drop box. She would lose it. So the spoilers about her changing her mind could be about Sophia wanting to do a take back on dropping Tesoro at the Salem Fire Department, or it could be because she's uncomfortable with the fake adoption and asking Melinda to forge documents. She's just a scared kid, bottom line. But in one of the big promos that we've seen, I'm sure you've seen, Sophia tells Tate she gave birth to a baby girl and that the adoptive parents were there at the birth and took the baby away. So despite the cold feet spoilers for this week, it seems pretty clear Sophia is going to go ahead with the fake birth story, which leaves Tesoro as a foster baby with Leo and Javi, and then possibly going up for adoption. But after Sophia tells Tate the big baby lie, that's when we could see Sophia change her mind and deciding she can't live with herself. She can't lie to Tate about their son. Even if Sophia still plans to push forward with going to college away from Salem, that doesn't mean the baby has to stand in her way. I mean, if Tate doesn't want to do the adoption, well, he could be a single dad. He's got plenty of family that could support him. And I do suspect after Sophia gets cold feet about the Chicago trip, Melinda may talk sense to her and tell her, Sophia, if you're not going to do this, you have to tell the truth. You can't have it both ways. So I think Melinda writing Sophia a reality check is what may convince her to go ahead and do the fake adoption thing in Chicago. But that also means Sophia can change her mind later, at any point, really. What would be really interesting to me is if Melinda wound up adopting the baby because she lost her daughter, Haley. That was the only kid she ever had. If you don't remember, Kristen DeMera freaked out and she shoved Haley Chen down the stairs at University Hospital where she was a nurse, and she accidentally killed her in kind of this freak out fit. And Melinda does really like babies. She was very fond of baby Jude when she was babysitting him while she was plotting to help steal that kid. You know, she likes babies and baby stealing plots. But bottom line, time's running out for Sophia one way or the other. And recently, Tate reached out to touch her baby belly, and Sophia flipped out, and then she tried to cover and said she's just tired of people touching her bump. So Tate also dropped by this past week while she wasn't wearing the fake pregnancy belly, and she panicked and dove under the covers and kind of put a pillow over her. So she's just going to get caught unless she goes forward. And then Sophia, of course, had that chance run-in with Javi Hernandez and Leo Stark while they were out with her baby in Horton Town Square. And we saw Sophia getting a little teary when she found out they had named the baby Tesoro, Spanish for treasure. And Leo and Javi gave Sophia a nice little update on her son with no idea they were actually talking to the baby's mom. So we'll see what happened. But based on the promo, Melinda and Sophia pull off this fake adoption, or they at least give it a real good try, since she is going to tell Tate about having a little girl and her being adopted on the spot. And that's why he doesn't get to see the kid. So we do have to wonder if Sophia's lie means Tate never, ever gets to meet his son face to face. And Melinda and Sophia's plot basically means Tate would never know the truth. Plus, there's also the fact that many Days of Our Lives fans still think Sophia is wrong about the baby's paternity. Not necessarily that she lied, but maybe that she didn't consider that it could be someone else, because a lot of people think Kat's younger brother, Aaron Green, is the one who got Sophia pregnant. They got together the day she blew up and dumped Tate for calling her Holly while they were in bed, and Sophia and Aaron spent an afternoon together. We don't know exactly what they did, but Aaron has been more just kind of mooning around about Sophia for a long time, and if she did sleep with him, that would explain a lot of that. So if Javi and Leo consider adopting Tesoro and Sophia thinks that's a good place for her baby, maybe she'll decide she can live with the lie and that Tate never needs to know. And of course, the truth usually comes out, but not always. There have been very long-running paternity secrets that lasted years on days, and that could be how this one goes, unless Sophia really does change her mind about the baby's adoption.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.